the Marathas, the rise of Marathas, and up to the First Anglo-Maratha War. This video will discuss events up to the First Anglo-Maratha War, the 3 Anglo-Maratha Wars, and the 4 Anglo-Mysore Wars will be discussed together in the next video for convenience because they are linked together. A bit of background history. With the decline of the Mughal Empire, the defeat of the French post the Carnatic Wars, and the defeat of Bengal and Awadh by the British after the Battle of Plassey in 1757 and the Battle of Buxar in 1764. The strongest of the remaining power in the middle and southern part of India were number 1 Marathas, number 2 Mysore, number 3 Hyderabad. Today we will explore the Maratha kingdom and its policies. Introduction to the Marathas. Shivaji Bhonsle was the creator of the Maratha Swaraj. Shivaji had 2 sons that we need to know about with respect to this issue. Number 1 Shambhuji, number 2 Rajaram. Now Shambhuji had a son called Shahu and Rajaram's wife was Tarabai, and they had a son called Shivaji II. This can be viewed in details in the map given on your screen. In 1698, Aurangzeb during his Deccan campaign clashed with the Marathas. Shivaji's son and successor Shambhuji was killed, and Shambhuji's son Shahu was captured. Rajaram took over the responsibility of carrying on the struggle, and after his death in the 1700s, Rajaram's wife Tarabai took over as the regent for Shivaji II. Now we'll check out the conflict between Shahu and Tarabai and Shivaji II. In 1707, Shahu was released by Bahadur Shah I, and civil war broke out between Shahu, the grandson of Shivaji, and Tarabai, the widow of Rajaram. Now Rajaram was the younger son of Shivaji. The Maratha Sardars, who had their own soldiers, a point to note, these soldiers were loyal just to the Maratha Sardars and they were serving and had no feeling of loyalty to the Maratha Swaraj as a whole. They were very loyal to the Sardars. The Maratha Sardars used this opportunity of warfare between Shahu and Tarabai to increase their power and influence by bargaining with both the contenders. Out of this conflict arose a new system of administration in the Maratha Empire, one which was dominated by the Peshwas. Peshwa is a Persian word which means foremost leader. Shahu made Balaji Vishwanath the Peshwa, also known as Mukh Pradhan, the chief minister. From here onwards, the Peshwa played a major role in the Maratha history and almost overshadowed the king. Now we'll take a look into the Peshwas in details. The first Peshwa, Balaji Vishwanath, 1713 to 1720, was made the Peshwa by Shahu, and Balaji managed to get most of the Sardars of the Maratha Confederacy to side with Shahu. Most of Maharashtra sided with Shahu except Kohalpur, which was under Tarabai. Balaji Vishwanath achieved the following. Number 1. Consolidated the Maratha Confederacy. Number 2. 1719 agreement with Shaikh brothers to obtain recognition of Shahu as legitimate ruler of the Swarajya. Number 3. Secured the Chaut, which was 1/4 tax, that is, regular tax or tribute. It came to about 25%. Out of this, 1/3 of the Chaut was reserved for the king's treasury. Number 4. Secured Sardeshmukhi. Sardeshmukhi was additional 10% on the Chaut. This Sardeshmukhi was the king's claim and it went to the king's treasury straight away. The Chaut Sardeshmukhi was for Berar, Bedar, Bijapur, Golconda, Aurangabad and Khandesh. These were Mughal provinces of the Deccan. In return for this, the Marathas offered 15,000 cavalry to the Mughal emperor Farrukh Shiar, offered to prevent rebellion in the Deccan, and an annual tribute was to be paid to the Mughals, approximately Rs 10 lakh. The way tax collection worked was that outside the Swarajya, which is the Maratha homeland, the tax was to be collected by the Sardars who controlled the area and paid a small portion of it to the kingdom. And these Sardars also maintained an army. This was the feudalism of the Maratha Empire. The Sardar already got Watan, which is land right as reward to extract revenue, and Sarjanam, which is non-hereditary land for troop maintenance. It was basically the landholder's title. The tax collection method, along with Watan and Sarjanam, made the Maratha Sardars very powerful and difficult to control. If the central Maratha authority tried to control the Sardars, they would often join hand with the Maratha kingdom's enemies such as Hyderabad, English and the Mughals. Balaji Vishwanath also accompanied Hussain Ali and helped him overthrow Farrukh Shah. Balaji Vishwanath died in 1720. Now we come to the second Peshwa, Bajirao I, 1720 to 1740. The second Peshwa, Bajirao I, was a great exponent of guerrilla warfare and was known as a brilliant commander. He expanded the Maratha kingdom by the following campaign. Number 1. Campaign against Nizam of Hyderabad Asaf Jah. In both the battles, the Nizam suffered humiliating defeat and was compelled to grant Chauth and Sardeshmukhi. Number 2. Malwa campaign. Defeated the Mughals at Malwa at the Battle of Amjher. Number 3. Bundelkhand campaign. In Bundelkhand, Chhatrasal rebelled against the Mughal and formed the independent state of Bundelkhand. Mughal forces under Muhammad Khan Bangash attacked Chhatrasal and Bajirao I came to help the Bundelkhand Empire. The Mughals were defeated and later Bajirao I married Mastani, the second wife of Bajirao I. Mastani was the daughter of Chhatrasal and his Persian Muslim concubine called Ruhani Begum. Before the death of Chhatrasal, he gave 1/3 of his territories to the Maratha Empire due to the matrimonial link between the two kingdoms. Gujarat campaign. Bajirao I got Mughals to recognize his right to collect Chauth and Sardeshmukhi. This started a clash between Dabhade, Shahu's Senapati, and Bajirao I. Dabhade was supported by Gaitkar Maratha Sardar and Kadam Bande. Bajirao defeated Dabhade, Gaikwad and Kadam Bande. Bajirao I transformed the Maratha kingdom into an empire, but failed to lay a solid foundation to the new empire that was being formed. The new territories were conquered and occupied, but administration was paid little attention to, and therefore new, powerful Sardars came into being, who had the power to challenge the central authority. They were number 1. Gaikwad of Baroda, number 2. Phonsle of Nagpur, number 3. Holkar of Indore, number 4. Scindia of Gwalior, and as we already know, the Peshwas had the seat of power in Pune. The third Peshwa was Balaji Bajirao, also known as Nana Sahib, 1740 to 1761. The third Peshwa, Balaji Bajirao, got full control of Malwa, Gujarat, Bundelkhand and acquired Orissa from Bengal. In the south, Hyderabad was defeated and huge territories were received. Mysore was made to pay tributes. In the north, Maratha became the power behind the Mughal throne, and Peshwa helped Imdadul Mulk to become the Wazir of the Mughals. After Delhi, the Marathas moved towards Punjab, and this brought the Marathas in contact with Ahmad Shah Abdali's agent. Ahmad Shah Abdali allied with Rohilkhand and Awadh and moved to face the Marathas. Marathas, on the other hand, dispatched a very powerful army under the nominal command of Balaji Bajirao's son, with the actual command being under the Peshwa's cousin Sadasiv Rao. An important arm of this Maratha army was the European-style infantry and artillery, commanded by Ibrahim Khan Gadi. Marathas were trying to find allies, but Rajputana states were angry with the Marathas due to unfair treatment, and the Marathas had angered the Sikhs in Punjab. So the Maratha had to fight Abdali only with the help of the Mughal Wazir Imdadul Mulk, who was himself not a strong party. The Marathas and Abdali met at Panipat on 1476, and this was known as the Battle of Panipat. This was the third Battle of Panipat. The Marathas were defeated with an estimate of 30,000 to 50,000 Marathas perishing in the battlefield. Peshwa Balaji Bajirao's son and Sadasiv Rao got killed, and this news reached Peshwa Balaji Bajirao, and he allegedly died of shock in 1761. The third battle of Panipat was disastrous for the Marathas, but neither was Abdali able to take over North India. The battle was decisive in establishing who was not to form an empire in India rather than who would. The effective control of the Peshwas over the Marathas were over, and the Maratha Sardars were busy carving out their own land. Marathas hereafter were simply a confederacy with Peshwa as a nominal ruler who had to share his power with the other Sardars. 4th Peshwa, Maratha I, 1761 to 1772. Maratha I was the 4th Peshwa. He defeated the Nizam of Hyderabad, got tribute paid by Hyder Ali of Mysore, defeated the Rohilas, Rajput and the Jat chief. He was responsible for reinstating Mughal Emperor Shah Alam in Delhi, but sadly Maratha I died of consumption, which is TB, tuberculosis. Now that there was a state of confusion and a struggle for power began between Raghunath Rao, who was the brother of the 3rd Peshwa Balaji Bajirao, and Narayan Rao, the brother of the 4th Peshwa Maratha I. Please look at the screen to understand this in details. Narayan Rao, the brother of the 4th Peshwa Maratha I, got killed, and Narayan Rao's son Sawai Madhavrao was the next Peshwa. Now Sawai Madhavrao II with Nana Fadnis were being intrigued against by Raghunath Rao. Meanwhile, the Sardars were getting more and more independent and were carving out their own semi-independent state, and central administration was being ignored. Raghunath Rao made alliance with British East India Company under Warren Hastings to fight the combined army of Marathas, Hyder Ali of Mysore and Nizam of Hyderabad. This was the first and the only time that Marathas, Mysores and Hyderabad came together. This was known as the First Anglo-Maratha War. The next video will discuss the 3 Anglo-Maratha Wars and the 4 Anglo-Mysore War in details. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing. Thank you for your time.